Welcome back, traders, to today's video on NASDAQ 100 swing trading technical analysis. Now we're going to be picking up from where we left off, which was last week Tuesday's video analysis that we did, some of the things that we talked about, and we're going to see what new opportunities are presenting themselves this week, so that obviously we can make sure that we are able to be on the right side of that coin, i.e. making as much profit as possible. So with that all said and done, make sure if you find the content useful, you hit that subscribe button, you turn on the notification, and you drop us a like. So with that said and done, we're going to get straight into it. Now, just as a quick recap, in last week's video, what I talked about was what I would be looking for if this low value node area here was taken out. Right, if that was taken out, what I'd be looking for, and it looks like it has been taken out. So we had price blast all the way through. It's gone back in to do a bit of a retest. It's gone back in to do a bit of a retest in this area right here. Okay, and now we shot back off again, and now it's come back in. So it's sitting in there right now. Okay, and it's now waiting to decide what it's going to do. Right, that's what it's waiting for. Now also as well, because this was another low value node that I marked out, and this was based on the volume profile that I had sitting on this side of the screen. This was in last week's video, so I had a volume profile sitting right here, and now as you can see, because once the video ended, I put everything back on again, which is the normal volume profile that I do use, which is the one set on a month, right? Which is the one set on a month. Let me get rid of this one right here, which is the one set on a month. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back, turn that one off, and I'm just trying to remember where I had it from. So I think I did it from here. Let's see if all the levels make sense. Okay, it kind of does. Maybe I might be off a little, but it kind of does in terms of what we're looking at. Okay, so in that video, right, I actually think this whole thing here is a low value area. Okay, so in the last video that we did, I had this area here highlighted, right? Let's see where we was Tuesday. So I had this area here highlighted, and we was only in this zone right here. So we could see this, but we couldn't see this one right here. Okay, it hadn't happened because this was on a Wednesday. Now, as we can see, this is why I love volume profile so much, right? Price came into this zone, gave us the opportunity that we was after. Right, I mean, I wish I had marked out the zone a little bit bigger. This is why I keep saying that working the volume profile is more of an art than a science, in my opinion. Right, it's so many things, because you can kind of mess this up if you do things wrong. Right, like it can actually hurt you. So it's really important that if you are interested in volume profile, once you finish watching this content, I think you should spend a bit of time, at least the next couple days at least, looking at how volume profiles work. And there are different types of videos on volume profile all out there. Okay, volume profile works very well with chart footprint. I had that not too long ago, but that information it was getting wasn't too reliable. Right, it was severely delayed, and I kind of figured it out that it was kind of super delayed, so hence why I stepped away from it. But bottom line is this: even if you're just using it as delayed as it is, even if you are just using it as normal, it's still super useful. Okay, because most of the time this thing here doesn't really change that much, right? It usually stays fixed and respected all throughout, right? Now and again it will change depending on how much time you've given it. So whereas in this situation over here, we've gone back a good couple of months, right? You're going to find that the data on this side is going to be quite solid. It's not really going to move about too much. Okay, so with that said, with where the NAS is at the moment, okay, I would say that it's come back to give us a discount. I would say NAS has come back to give us a discount right here. Okay, so right now we have a discount in this area right here. All right, okay. I would literally be looking for buys, even with market looking like how it's looking right now. I would be looking for buys in this area, right? I may be right, I could be wrong, but I would be looking for buys. Now, the only time, okay, so before I even say that, let me say this, right? So I'll be looking for buys here. This is where I'll be looking for buys, right here, right? I'll be looking for buys right at this zone right here. So basically I'll have a limit order there right now. I'm not telling you to do this, by the way. I am not telling you to do this because, once again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just saying, right? So that level is 1982 5.3. So this is where I will have my limit orders, my limit buy orders. I have it right here, and I'll have my stop here, right? I'll have my stop here. Reason why I will have my stop at that zone, let me just change this around so it really sticks out. So reason why I would have my stop there is because once it blasts through this low value node area right here, okay, according to the volume profile right here, okay, I know that I don't need to be in this trade anymore. Okay, this is why it's having a good grasp of technical analysis. This is why it's so useful, because if you find yourself in a bad spot, you just don't hold on to it hoping for a good situation to arise. You just accept it and you just get out of the market. So I put my absolute stops here. So this is where my absolute stop will be. But however, if I am on the screen, when everything is taking place, this is where I would stop if I saw it, right? So if I'm not watching the screen, this is where I will get out, okay? Because at this point, I know it's bad. I cannot save it. At this point over here, I can readjust myself, right? I can readjust myself, not taking too much of a big hit, but I can readjust myself. So that's how I set it. This is where I would manually close below this level right here. And this is where my stop will literally be triggered. But at this point right now, I'll be looking for buying opportunities in the NASDAQ. That's what I would be doing, right? Now, let's flip this around and let's just say that NASDAQ does decide that it wants to come down. At the moment, there is no evidence to support that NASDAQ wants to come down, because this whole thing is now going into an upward trajectory. At most, it's going to wick into these low value node areas, but I think it's just going to go up. So I don't expect NASDAQ to make his way down anywhere near these levels over here. I don't think it's actually going to do that. I think it's going to keep pushing upwards. I mean, this area over here. So this area right here, right? This area right here is where we can expect an explosive move to the upside. This area right here is where we can expect an explosive move all the way up, right? So this is what you want to be mindful of, because it could take off from here straight up to around these levels where it will start playing around a little bit more. Okay, so I just want to pull it out there so at least you guys know what it is that I'm trying to say. So let's keep going and let's see what else we can find in this situation. So for that, let's just go to the day. Let's see what the day tells us about what's happening, because we might actually see something interesting that we might want to take note of. Okay. So as we can see right now, okay, just going off the daily candles that we are looking at, this candle over here right now, this is a bullish candle. Okay, we can see the bearish ones that's kind of creating their retracements, and they are not all encompassing the third bullish candle, this one right here. Okay, right? So in my mind, I am more inclined to think that price is going to be pushing up, and this is what I was saying earlier in terms of it blasts through the key level or the low value node area, it comes back in for a retest only to shoot back off again. So this is what I think is kind of taking place right now. This is what I think we're watching right now. Okay, right? So once again, I'm going to leave this arrow right here wherever it is, because like I said, I think I put down I'm buying from this location. I think I put down I'm selling from this location. Either way, this arrow is going to stay right there for the next farm, because I think we literally have a really good opportunity here, right? A really good opportunity in terms of what market is doing. And yeah, we want to make sure that we're on the right side of that coin, if that makes sense. Let's take a look to see what I have here. So I want to make this dotted, and I want to make this green, and I think okay, so I was struggling to see the point of control and the high value area, just because of the color that I've had it set to. Okay, so price now is doing everything that I would expect it to do. Okay, so once again, I am super bullish on NAS right now. Right now, I'll be looking for buys. Like, I kid you not, I'll literally be looking for buys, and I'm going to re-explain why I would be looking for buys in the NAS. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Like, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know it all, right? But basically, this is what I'm seeing right now. This area right here is the high value area, right? This area right here is the high value area in market right now, okay? So market has left the low value areas, tapped into every single one of the low value nodes. So low value node number 1, low value, low value node number 2, low value node number 3, and it's now heading into low value node number 4. We have a giant low value node area right here before it reaches point of control, which is up here. Okay, and then I believe he's going to make his way up to this level over here, okay, and take out the all-time high that we have in this location right here. All right, I believe we're going to be seeing this in the coming days and weeks moving forward. It's not going to take long for it to get from where it is right now to where it plans on going, which is up here. Okay, so with that said and done, right, I'm going to say this to you guys. If you have found the content that I've shared with you right now useful, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like. And yeah, and I wish you all the best of luck with your trades. Make sure that if you're going to follow what I've talked about in this video, that you do all the homework and you make sure everything makes sense before you do it, right? Make sure it all makes sense before you do it. So with that said and done, I will see all of you peoples again on the next one.